Have you ever felt hooked on an ex who suddenly went cold on you? Does it drive you crazy, wondering why they don't seem to want you anymore? I'm going to expose why this reverse hook tactic is really designed to reel you back into their control. You'll learn how to avoid taking the bait when they give you the cold shoulder or silent treatment after a breakup. I'll equip you with the tools to stop being a sucker for their manipulative games. Let's get started. What is a reverse hoover and how does it work? Can you relate to being blindsided by a partner who goes completely cold turkey on you after a breakup? This deafening silence is strategic, not random. It's designed to compel you to be the one who initiates contact first. They know your caring nature will drive you to seek closure and reassurance after their disappearance act. But reaching out gives them back the power and control. It also helps them dodge accountability for how the relationship ended. Pretty slick maneuver, right? Why do toxic exes use this dirty trick? Can you imagine how euphoric narcissists feel when their cold shoulder makes you come chasing after them? It validates their belief that you're the weak one who needs them, not the other way around. Talk about a power trip. Going radio silent also enables them to conveniently sweep all issues under the rug. After all, your reaching out signals you're okay with how things went down, right? Finally, they can use your obsessive attempts at contact as evidence that their smear campaign about you is accurate. Now, you really look like the unhinged ex. Their methods? How is the reverse hoover executed? One of their favourite tools to spark a reverse hoover is ghosting. Have you ever been left in a state of total confusion when a partner vanishes suddenly without explanation? Hurts like hell, doesn't it? But your impulse to reach out and make sense of why they left gives narcissists exactly what they desire: control. Leashes also love using social media and posting pics with new supply to stir up jealousy. Feeling replaced so quickly is crushing, but reacting just makes you look bitter. Another maneuver is getting the new supply to reach out to you directly, asking invasive questions to provoke you. This no-win triangulation is meant to upset you enough so you take their bait. When is fighting the urge to bite hardest? In the beginning, you may feel relieved not to deal with their rollercoaster drama, but soon, nostalgia sets in for the good times you shared. Resisting this urge to romanticize the past is tough but crucial. Stay strong in moments of weakness. Taking their bait never leads to the closure you crave. Focus on your freedom now. The long-term payoff is worth it. How to develop a ruthless shark mentality. Implementing a few mental shifts will give you the power to resist reverse hoover traps. First, recognize silence as proof you made a healthy choice leaving them. Normal people communicate. Next, embrace that closure comes from within. Expecting empathy from a narcissist is wasted energy. Third, stay focused on your own healing and growth. Seeking their validation that you've won just continues the game. Finally, use reverse hoover attempts as fuel to keep cutting remaining ties. The less you react, the less power they have. Soon you'll be thriving joyfully while they sulk in their own darkness. Why glowing up can backfire and feed their egos. Be cautious about drastic post-breakup makeovers, even though they feel empowering. When done to provoke an ex, they often backfire. Narcissists see a glow up as evidence they still occupy valuable real estate in your mind. It actually inflates their egos. Plus, should they decide to hoover you, your new and improved status just means more supply for them to exploit. Don't give them the satisfaction. Focus on improving for you only. Living well is truly the best revenge. While taking their bait only leads to more pain. No matter how tempting their breadcrumbs may seem, taking the bait never leads anywhere good. Here's why. First, engaging gives all your newfound power and control right back to them. You demonstrate willingness to be devalued again. Next, you become vulnerable to another excruciating discard once they've gotten their fill of you. the abuse cycle resets even worse than before. Finally, all the healing progress you've made gets derailed when the fantasy reunion you hope for doesn't happen. You're back at square one. Have compassion for yourself, but stay strong. Good things come to those who wait. How to handle that when they flaunt new supply on social media. Getting blindsided by pics of your replacement cozied up with your ex feels like being punched in the gut. Here's what to do. First, resist the very understandable urge to rage or react. This drama bait is meant to upset you and provoke a response. Next, remember that comparisons are pointless. The new supply will soon learn what you now know. The charming facade hides something darker. Send compassion to the next victim who is walking blindly into dysfunction. Save your energy for your own growth. Healing self-sabotaging urges. Through spirituality, cultivating spiritual wisdom protects against taking the bait when triggered. Some principles that help. See yourself and the narcissist as two hurting souls, both deserving of healing, not enemies. Surrender the need to control outcomes or have revenge. Accept what is. Trust that any reunion that's meant to happen will happen organically, not by force. Practice gratitude for the lessons you learn through pain about yourself. Release bitterness, but maintain healthy protective distance. When provoked, choose faith in your strength and worth outside of their validation. How to release painful memories. Hooking you in, it's normal to get snagged temporarily on poignant memories you shared. Inside jokes, adventures, partnership. Here's how to break free. Stay focused only on the present moment. Dwelling on the past gets you entangled in fantasy. Reread journals, texts, and emails detailing mistreatment when nostalgia sets in. Remember the truth. Remove triggers like taking down old photos, blocking their number, redecorating shared spaces. Do cord-cutting meditations to release emotional and energetic bonds still hooking you in. Write a goodbye letter, expressing what you need to say, then burn it. You remain unattached. Much of the pull comes from idealizing versus remembering a reality. Shift out of the past back into the now. Self-care tools to prevent taking their bait. When feeling is shaky, nurture yourself so you don't reflexively take the bait. Try these. Journal privately instead of sending them long emotional letters. Spend time in nature to soothe and calm your nervous system. Speak empowering affirmations like, "I'm free now," and "I am enough." Vent safely to trusted friends or a therapist. Unload without judgment. Sweat out toxic emotions through intense exercise, yoga, or dance. Limit social media use if it exacerbates feelings of self-doubt or envy. Immerse yourself in uplifting books, podcasts, and materials. Try cold showers to feel renewed and bring yourself into the present moment. Self-love basics. Favorite foods, baths, cozy clothes, catching up on sleep. Actively filling your needs leaves less room for impulsive reactions or decisions. Why reaching out? Only delays. Healing and recovery. Before taking the bait, reflect honestly on whether breaking no contact truly leads to the closure or progress you desire. The temporary high wears off quickly, but your core wounds remain untouched. They'll likely give you just enough breadcrumbs to appease their egos, then disappear again. They recall your vulnerabilities all too well. Anything you share will be used against you later. When they inevitably withdraw again, you have to re-grieve the fantasy ending you hoped for. The abuse cycle begins again, only amplified. All the mental, emotional, and spiritual progress you've made disappears. You're back at ground zero. They twist the situation to portray you as the unstable, desperate stalker ex. Trust in time and consistency. Resist sabotaging all your hard work and sacrifices. You've come too far to turn back now. How to bounce back from moments of weakness. Don't shame yourself for periodically wanting to take their bait. Trauma bonds run deep. Be gentle with yourself during setbacks. It's normal to crave what you were once hooked on. Your brain got hijacked by their manipulation tactics. Recognize its unresolved attachment wounds being triggered, demanding attention. Further inner work remains. Understand your biochemistry needs time to recalibrate after the highs and lows. Patience and self-care help. Give yourself the same kindness and grace you'd give a loved one in your position. You deserve that same compassion. Each moment you resist strengthens your self-trust and rebuilds your agency. This is how transformation unfolds. Progress isn't linear. There will be peaks and valleys, but the overall trajectory leads upwards into the light. You've got this. Keep the faith. How to permanently end this manipulation game. The reverse hook stops working the second you recognize it's simply a game you no longer consent to play. Here is how you break free for good. Cultivate a fulfilling, purpose-driven life that doesn't depend on them for validation or love. Heal your wounds. Become aware of emotional triggers and attachment needs, so they no longer control you. Make conscious efforts to untether and detach from them energetically. Limit access points and unnecessary contact so they have no openings to bait you. You reclaim your power when you stop engaging with their manipulation tactics. Starve negative energy, feed the good. What if they try to hoover? Once you've moved on. In an ironic twist, narcissists will sometimes resurface months or years later once they see you're thriving without them. Here's how to respond. First, congratulate yourself. The fact that they're circling back around is proof your healing is working. Next, expect temporary sweet talk and flattery. But don't fall for their charm offensive. It's superficial. Firmly maintain your boundaries. Refuse requests to meet up or have drawn-out conversations. Protect your energy. Keep physical and emotional distance so old wounds don't get triggered open again. Avoid getting hooked. Share minimal personal details or information. You know it will be used against you later. Stay neutral and polite if you choose to interact briefly. But trust your intuition. The healthiest choice is often not to engage at all. But if you do, proceed wisely. You have all the power now. Why make peace through self-forgiveness? Rather than needing their closure or apology, seek answers within yourself. How did I betray myself trying to keep them hooked? What boundaries did I betray? How can I forgive myself for ignoring red flags or staying beyond my limits? What self-soothing fantasies did I cling to that contradicted the painful reality? How can I find peace and release resentment while still maintaining healthy distance? What past emotional wounds kept me biting their hooks despite evidence I should release? How did muting my needs and intuition allow me to be so easily caught in their web? What aspects of myself felt unworthy of a healthy, secure love? The most profound closure comes through releasing self-judgment and making peace with your decisions. Your life now belongs to you again. If any part of this video resonated with you, please share your own experiences with hoovering attempts in the comments. What methods have narcissists used to try and suck you back in? How did you find the strength to resist the bait and stay on your healing path? Your story may be the lifeline someone else needs. Let's support each other in maintaining boundaries and breaking free from manipulation for good. By taking our power back, we can end the cycle once and for all. Join us on a transformative journey of healing and empowerment. By clicking join and supporting us with a thanks, you become an essential part of a thriving community dedicated to understanding and overcoming a narcissistic abuse. Your involvement directly impacts lives, enabling us to reach more individuals in need. Together, we break the cycle of abuse, empower one another with knowledge, and shape the future of our content. Join to heal, to grow, and to be part of a global movement towards authentic empowerment.